Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be knocking out a video talking about my newish Squier Baritone Vintage Modified Jazzmaster, and a little spoiler alert and a teaser, if you will. And it's like the sickest thing I've come across in a very long time, and I'm not just saying that. I sincerely mean that. You're going to hear it here in a second. With that all being said, let's get into it, shall we? So what is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me for today's video. My name's Ray, I'm a guitar player here on YouTube, and man, I'm really excited to finally knock out this video and share the tones of this monster. As always, man, I gotta do the shameless plug thing here on the internet. If you're brand new to my channel, or you're a returning viewer but have yet to hit that subscribe button, if you could be so kind and generous to do so, I'd really appreciate it. We're on the road to 30K subscribers, 30K by the end of the year. That's our goal here on the channel. That's what we're trying to do, and it would just mean a lot, man, if you could just hit that subscribe button. It's free, takes a second, and it doesn't cause any pain. Maybe a little bit of pain, but all kidding aside, if you could do that, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. And as always, everybody who tunes back in, you guys are awesome. You guys are a lot of fun. I love interacting with you in the comments and during the live chat during the premiere. So what's up? Thanks for tuning back in, and you know, it's great to see you all. So with that all being said, let's talk about this thing now, shall we? So these guitars have recently kind of spiked up in terms of interest in the last, I don't know, 6 to 8, 9, 10 months, something like that, within the year, let's just say that. And man, they're just blowing up on the used market now, and they're getting really, really harder to find, and they're getting more and more expensive because they're slowly but surely getting more and more desired. But why are they so desired? Well, honestly, for me personally, the reason why I picked them up, and the reason why I think a lot of people are picking them up, is two things. One is the obvious, is the scale length. Now, this is a baritone, and it's 30 inches long. I can barely get it into the frame. I have to awkwardly hold it like this to show you guys how long and how big it is. I set myself up for that one. Another reason why people love these is the Antigua Finish. Now, I love this finish, and it's very polarizing for the guitar community, I guess. You know, some people love it, some people hate it. To me, I love it. It looks like a 1970s, like, I don't know, interior designing of like a mid-70s home or something like that. It looks very 70s, and you know, I think it looks really, really cool for that. I love old school vibes, and this certainly has that feeling. But apart from that, apart from the finish and the scale length, another reason why these things are desirable, is the overall sound and layout of the guitar. So now you have Duncan design pickups, you have a volume and a tone and a three-way and a hardtail. That's it, man. Jazzmasters kind of have a whole bunch of different bells and whistles and switches and all this other kind of crap and a tremolo system. There's none of that with this thing. It's very stripped down, very basic, and I love it for that. And I think that's another reason why they're so desirable, especially for metal players. And one final talking point is they're made in Indonesia. They're not made in China. Now, I've had, I don't know, maybe one other Squier in my life, the Telly that you guys saw last year and early this year. That was made in China. And just the overall quality feeling of this instrument is light years better than the one made in China. I know it's only two guitars to compare. You know, everything's kind of with a grain of salt and case-by-case basis. But I just think this one feels very, very good, for lack of a better word, you know what I mean? But cosmetics and aesthetics and visuals can only go so far. These guitars have to perform, right? Well, like I said in the intro, spoiler alert, this thing sounds so sick. It really does, and it's so unique and so refreshing. So let's get to that right now, all right? So first, I'm going to do a demo song. I hope you don't mind me jamming for a little bit. I'm going to be using my Mesa Boogie dual rectifier with a Fortin 33 and an EVH chorus in front of that. And then, after the demo song, I'll come back and I'll do a little bit of a quick little playthrough using my EVH 50-watt 6L6 white head. And then, yeah, man, just kind of just jamming out and just riffing and doing what I always do, which is having fun and getting lost in the instrument, all right? So I hope you don't mind, and just with that all being said, just sit back, enjoy the tones, and let's get to it, shall we? So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Squier Vintage Modified Baritone Jazzmaster in the Antigua Finish. Overall summary, man, it just sounds so jangly and so just clanky and just disgusting in the best way possible. Now, one thing I failed to mention is this guitar is tuned to drop F. Very low tuning, but you wouldn't be able to notice and or tell because of the scale length. Again, 30-inch scale length allows you to have the means to tune down really, really low without having to use a big giant bridge cable for your low F string or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's very, very taut. The strings are very, very taut and have a lot of tension, and you don't need to compensate for the lack of scale length with the big giant string. It just holds tuning so well, and it's really easy to play, while at the same time having the ability to have some fun and tune down really, really low. Now, another thing I love about this guitar and its sound is the pickups. Now, these pickups, they're very just unique sounding, man. They're very, very jangly, clanky, but clear all at the same time, and also pretty high output on the bridge. I didn't have to dig in really hard. It kind of just, it did what I needed it to do. It can scream. It can do my classic pinch harmonics if I need it to. It's just a full-on, just perfect balance of like a really refreshing sound and really kind of clean sound, but all at the same time being able to do the high gain stuff very, very well. And lastly, my positives, man. I just love the finish. Again, I'll say it one more time. I love Antigua. It's just so unique and so cool. Kind of looks like a burnt marshmallow slash a 70s home slash, I don't know, it's just something really unique. It's not like a, you know, a black or a plain old white or something. It's really unique, and I love Antigua, man. I really do. And I guess the only negative I could really say, man, is I guess the brand itself, Squier. You know, people sometimes will look down upon, you know, knockoff brands, or not knockoff, but you know what I mean, like lesser brands. And you know what I mean, like, I guess that's a bad thing, but at the end of the day, it's just a name, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter what it says on the headstock. If it plays good and it sounds great, you know, who cares, you know what I mean? And that is certainly the case with this guitar. It could say whatever it wanted on that headstock. At the end of the day, it plays great, stays in tune exceptionally well, and it just sounds like a really unique guitar, something I've never owned before in my own life. So, like I said, Squier, yeah, sure, but at the end of the day, who cares, man? You know what I mean? It doesn't matter to me at the end of the day, and I just love it overall. It's just a phenomenal, phenomenal guitar, and a really exciting breath of fresh air. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I sincerely appreciate you allowing me to have the ability to share this guitar with you, tell its story, if you will, tell its sonic goodness to you, if that makes any sense. You know what I mean? Just be able to share it with you and, you know, kind of just hang out and showcase this guitar. I hope you enjoyed the video, man, and I hope you enjoyed the tones and the demo song, and just hanging out with me for about, what, 10, 15 minutes, however long this video ends up being. Anyway, everybody, I'm out of here. A huge shout out to all my patrons and everybody watching at home. I love you guys so much, and just thanks for caring about what I have to say. It means a lot. It doesn't go unnoticed. So anyway, I'm out of here. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay metal. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.